Last session, we was talking about go time, right? So quick little recap on the session, right? We was talking about how it's go time, how it's time to lock in, and this time around, we're gonna talk about the vetting process. You have to vet everything in every shape or fashion, right? Let me just fix the camera, right? You have to vet everything. Don't let no one pull a fast one on you. Cause you know how you let someone pull a fast one? You already know the answer, right? Moving too fast. They can't pull a fast one if you're aware of it. Because to be aware is to be alive, right? Old school rules. So if you're aware, right, and you know what's going on, from here, it's about you locking in on what you focus on. Because again, this is about what you focus on as an individual. Collectively may be different, right? But we know it is like we do that school project and that one person didn't do no work, but they still got the A, right? You want to focus on yourself. But in order to do so, we want to weed out all the unnecessaries, the unnecessary conversations, the unnecessary places, right? Because the triggers are the people, places, and things that remind us of our old version of ourselves. So if you focus on locking in and not worrying about the how you're going to be great, how it's going to happen, how you're going to get that job, how you're going to come up with that money, and you focus on actionable steps, all you need is one step. Take that one turns into two, and you start walking. You might be able to run, right? But before you get to that full sprint, you have to start crawling. So everyone's starting point is going to be different. Don't look at social media. Don't look at friends. Don't look at family. Now, I'll admit, it's good to have inspiration. But in this vetting process, we got to make sure that we focus on what's controllable, right? Because you can't control things outside of yourself, but you can control what? Your mindset. You control that mindset, you could lock in. And when you lock in, stay locked in. Don't let nobody talk you out of your spot. Don't let nobody trick you off these streets. I've been tricked out of position before. I know what it feel like. But ain't nothing worse than giving up on yourself. Don't ever give up on an idea because an idea came to you. It came to you for a reason. You the vessel in which that thing must operate. So, we all know. And if you don't know, now you know that thoughts are things. Thoughts are things. They're not just these random things that you're just thinking about, right? If you can think it, that means you've seen it. You've seen it in your mind's eye. And in your mind's eye, that's good enough. That might be the only view you have at that moment. But it don't matter. We focusing on staying locked in. We never say lock out. Lock in. Tap into what you want to do. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. You got to stay locked in. Don't let nobody take you off your course. And remember your why. I say that a lot because it's true. If you know why you do it, you'll continue to be focused on what you're doing it for. Right? Because your why is also going to be next to your what. Why you do it, what you do it for. Then you'll get to the other W's. Also, let's talk about why you got to vet everything. Because a lot of things that glitter ain't gold. It may look golden, may smell golden, may even taste a little golden, right? But it may not be that. And if it's not that, you gotta snap out of it and wake up to the reality that you know now more than you knew before. You know how people say, oh, I wish I knew what I knew now. You know now. So the fact that you know now, that's enough knowing. You don't need to know everything to know that you more than enough. You've been more than enough. You was more than enough from the beginning. You've been more than enough. Now it's about how consistent can you be? Because see, once you know something is not good for you, and you continue to still utilize that thing, that place that's not good for you, that person that's not good for you, I bet you already know the outcome of that. You already know the outcome. The problem with it is that you know it's not good. And if you don't trust your own judgment, then who you out here listening to? I expect you to listen to yourself. Because nobody can't see what you see. That's why we vetting everything out. We want to know, damn, yeah, that's not good for me. You know how you start talking to yourself like I just did? You can do that. And it's all right. They say you ain't crazy until you start answering your own questions, right? But thinking out loud is something that you may need to do. You might need to get a piece of paper, a pen, and write a list. Here's what I believe is good for me. Here's what I think I should do, right? And when you do that, you'll start shaking things up in your world. Because now we honing in on what's important, right? We want to hit our goals with a homing missile. We want to hit it, right? That's the whole point of targets. You know what you're aiming at. These are not random things. So if you got it written down, you can execute. If you can see it, that's half the battle. Because operating on blind faith is a beautiful thing. But when you know and you got it written down, you got your vision board, you know, Google's your friend, right? You know, he's going to go, hey, what's a vision board? Show me an image, right? Get that vision board up on your wall. See it every day. I'm working on a new vision board because I had a list of goals, and I was talking about this with my friend the other day. I was like, bro, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I made a list last summer, and it was 30 items long. Just on a regular sheet of paper. And I accomplished everything. And I said, I was aiming too low. It wasn't that I was aiming high, I was aiming too low. Because I should have had way more things done than what I aimed out to shoot. But sometimes you shoot your shot, you're successful. But it might have been a short shot, right? Might have been point blank range. So now we thinking bigger picture, right? And a part of getting to that next level, because that's what it's about. It's about leveling up within you. Getting to that next level for you very well could just be writing it out, clearing your mind, getting a journal. Remember, the only reason I do these videos is for motivation for others. And a reminder to myself that my mission is to help people realize that they are great the way they thought they was. Because if you feel right, what's wrong with that? Nothing wrong with you feeling right about what you did, right? Now, we're not talking about doing the wrong thing. You're feeling right about it. But sometimes you make the right decisions. It may not feel right then and there, but it's the right thing to do. So I just want you to be mindful of, one, who you telling your dreams to, your goals, your aspirations, right? Be mindful of that. 2, vet out and weed out what's unnecessary. Because everything isn't necessary. That's why the first draft, the rough draft, the final draft is always different. And lastly, you know what I'm going to say? Let's focus on why we do it, what we do it for, and make that list. Write it down. I don't care what the list is. It could be a list of one thing. One thing, even better. Now you know you only got one thing to focus on. It could be a list of 2, 3. I had 30. And 30 to some people might be like, damn, that's a big list. But it's about what's on the list and then executing the list. Then reading it out. And then focusing on what's the first thing you can do. It might be something simple. You know how many people run around with no ID? It might be, yo, I need a new ID. Go and get that ID. Go and fill out that paperwork online. Go in person. It might be you need to change your address. Go to your local post office and update your. So anything can be a goal because you know why? The momentum will pick up the more you do it. Right? Because the word of the year for me is momentum. I say it all the time. Little steps lead into momentum. And taking those necessary steps, you're going to level up every day. And if you don't level up today, you can level up tomorrow. Right? But we want to do as much as possible today. Focus on what you got to focus on. Don't worry what no one say. You can't control what no one think. Long as you believe in you, it don't matter what nobody else say. We're not doing this for everybody else. We doing this for us. That's why me right now, I'm in the gym. I'm not in the best shape. I'm not in tip top. But that's what I'm striving for. Every day I go, I get better. You know? Sometime down the road, I'm be in much better shape. And that's the beauty. I'm holding myself accountable. And allow yourself for accountability. Because once you do that, you got to do it. And there's no excuse for why it's being done. Just let it happen. And get you a good support system. Even if it's just your journal. Your journal could be a part of your support system. Write in that journal every day. Every other day. Once a week. Recap your whole week if you have to. But start putting things down in writing. And if you're savvy with computers, you can type it up. Do what you got to do. If it's on your phone, you can swipe text. Put it in your notes. Anywhere where you can see it. Long as you can see it, that's important. See, you're important. You matter. You're not just random. You are actually the most important person in your life. And I just wanted to drive this message home. Let you know I appreciate you for tapping in again. We here. I'm dropping this video. I'm still not editing the videos. It's straight raw off the top. I had a really long day, but I felt I had to come on here and drop this video. One, for me to hold myself accountable for being consistent, but two, to inspire people. So if you appreciate the video, I appreciate you. You can like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do. I appreciate it. Stay blessed.